Hello everyone, I am so happy that you're here and welcome to lesson number 27 of A Course in Miracles. Above all else, I want to see. Today's idea expresses something stronger than mere determination. It gives vision priority among your desires. You may feel hesitant about using the idea on the grounds that you are not really sure you mean it. This does not matter. The purpose of today's exercise is to bring the time when the idea will be wholly true a little nearer. There may be a great temptation to believe that some sort of sacrifice is being asked of you when you say you want to see above all else. If you become uneasy about the lack of reservation involved, add, vision has no cost to anyone. If fear of loss still persists, add further, it can only bless. The idea for today needs many repetitions for maximum benefit. It should be used at least every half hour and more if possible. You might try every 15 or 20 minutes. It is recommended that you set a definite time interval for using the idea when you wake or shortly afterwards and attempt to adhere to it throughout the day. It will not be difficult to do this, even if you're engaged in conversation or otherwise occupied at the time. You can still repeat one short sentence to yourself without disturbing anything. The real question is, how often will you remember? How much do you want today's idea to be true? Answer one of these questions and you have answered the other one. You will probably miss several applications and perhaps quite a number. Do not be disturbed by this, but do try to keep on your schedule from then on. If only once during the day you feel that you were perfectly sincere while you were repeating today's idea, you can be sure that you have saved yourself many years of effort. Okay, that is lesson number 27 of A Course in Miracles. Above all else, I want to see. This is my absolute favorite lesson from A Course in Miracles, and for that reason I had to do an in-person video. Because this affirmation not only articulates the intention, but the determination that I had while I was doing these lessons. I had truly given up on expecting that anything from the material world would give me lasting peace. So I didn't care much for anything else, and at the time I didn't realize that slowly all my thoughts of time, thoughts about who said what or who thinks what, were being replaced by thoughts of peace above all else. And so as soon as I read this lesson, I knew I had the determination that this lesson was alluding to. And I knew this because there was a burning passion that took a hold of me. A desire so deep that suddenly all my thoughts were about eternal peace and love. And I don't remember, I'm not sure when was the first time that I had noticed that I hadn't gone down memory lane for a long time, maybe months. So I started to notice that I was happier, and not because my life was perfect, but because I was happy despite the current situations in my life. Peace and love were my light of focus throughout the dark, and there was no turning back. Above all else I wanted to see, and I meant it. So it's the intention that truly matters, because the intent to see itself can only come from eternal love, the only power and what truly matters. So always take these lessons as lightly as possible, as these lessons are meant to shed light on the peace of this present moment, which is here for all unconditionally. And so there's no one or anything that can take it away from you, because peace is what you are. And so, as this lesson suggests, if the idea for the day seems to cause you any anxiety, this lesson suggests to say, vision has no cost to anyone, meaning that to be determined to see doesn't require any sacrifice at all, because vision was never taken from you, and so you don't need to sacrifice anything to get it back. You don't need to sacrifice anything, because peace is what you are. And so the idea for today can only bless, because the realization that you were never denied Christ's vision is a blessing for you, and therefore a blessing for all, since we are all one. And I also wanted to remind you that while I was doing the lessons, I would set my alarm for whatever the daily lesson required. So for today's lesson, for example, you can set your alarm for every 20 or 15 minutes or every half an hour, whatever you'd like. This is of course not asked of you in the lesson, but I am sharing what I did to not miss a repetition during the day, since seeing was my priority above all else. And since we all have busy lives, I thought I'd remind you of this little trick that helped me so much throughout the lesson, so use it if you'd like. I hope you enjoy practicing lesson number 27, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and see you tomorrow for lesson number 28. Have a wonderful day. Bye.